Hi there, fans and fellow interneters and YouTubers. So I'm back in the bedroom showing you the wiring closet, which in this case, in this house, is in the master bedroom closet. And this is an on-cue box here that all this stuff's in. So what I did now is add this Netgear gigabit Ethernet switch, and you can see it's happily working finally. So been in this house about 2 years, and I've always wanted to do this, and I just don't like wiring this stuff. So all these wires, which are basically cat5e wires, these were all coming into the house here from various bedrooms, and they were all connected up to this little XL patch panel. And so this thing is really for a old-fashioned POTS, plain old telephone service phone line that would come into your house. So I'm guessing this wire is probably from the phone connection downstairs or outside the house. Anyway, all these other wires, I simply, as you can see, cut them off from where they were. And that doesn't look very nice, but I leave these on here as a reference to how they went in case somebody else wants to put them back on someday. And then I put on these RJ45 connectors. So these connectors, these wires were of course cut, so I spliced these connectors on here with a tool, and I never like doing that because it's difficult, and it's worthwhile though. So here's the tool I bought on Amazon. This tool will crimp RJ45s, and it'll crimp, they call it 8P and 5P or 6P. So it's if I could hold it in my hands here, it's not a hard tool to use. You simply put a jack in here and you crush it. The hard part is getting the wires lined up, and these guys here, these on-cue guys, it looks like there's two standards. There's T588A, which is an older standard, and there's T588B. And so after about 2 hours of looking at the internet on Google and trying to figure out if this box here had any relevancy, which it really didn't, I finally found someone who wrote that most residential and on-cue is indeed wired as T588A. So I looked up a wiring code for T588A and found it. And so then you can buy these little RJ45 connectors here, which you see on all your Ethernet cables, but you just get this little connector here, and you hold it so the catch is down, and then when you're lined up like this, you can then insert the wire. So you have to flatten the wire out really flat and get the colors all in a row, and then you kind of wiggle this thing on there like that until it fits. I'll put up a video of this, of how to do this. There's lots of people though that have these videos, so I figured mine won't even be as good as theirs, but maybe you'll like it. So anyway, you then insert this thing with a cable on it into the gun here, and you crush it, and it goes in like that. You pull the handle, you smash it, and it crushes it, and it mounts the cable. So that's pretty cool. So I did that for 5 of these last night, and I think around 2 in the morning it just wouldn't work, and I'm like, what is wrong with this thing? It doesn't work. It turns out that the Netgear switch I had, the gigabit switch I had before, didn't work. So I found this other one in my junk box and said, oh, let's try this one. And sure enough, this thing fired up and everything's working. So I have internet coming into the switch here. This is from that that router you saw, the Wi-Fi router in the last video that's down in the games room. That comes in through here. And then it'll distribute internet to all the other bedrooms. So in one of these things here, I have a Magic Jack that's in the kitchen, and then in the bedroom I have that internet phone, that IP phone, and there's a computer downstairs which had the 115 megabits per second speed. So that's all coming out of here. So this is a really great way to do things. I know Wi-Fi is easier set up and all that, but boy, the reward with having your own Ethernet in your house is pretty cool. So if you have a newer house, you're definitely going to have something like this in your house, and the hardest part will be if these connectors aren't on here, you got to put them on and take them off of this box here, and then crimp them on here and get the wiring right. And again, I'm using T588A, which is an older standard, but the 588A standard lets you use a POTS line and a Ethernet line on the same RJ45 jack. So say that in the future I wanted to have a hardline phone in here from the phone company, which is really old-fashioned now, but I would probably take out one of these jacks in the room that I wanted, and I'd probably clip this thing off, and then I would connect it back up to here, however it was, and that should work. So I hope this video was really helpful to you guys. I'm pretty excited about having this thing in the house finally. So anyway, it's in there humming away, and there's my my cable connections I had in the last video. The cable TV's in here too, of course. And that's about it. It's a happy little wiring closet in the master bedroom. And again, this is using, what's this thing up here say? Oh, it's got a part number on it. So here's my enclosure part number here. What's that? Part number EN1480. Enclosure. Very nice. Made in USA, which is cool. Okay. So anyway, when we're done here, I just flop this cover back on with the screws. And that's about it. It's all done. And hopefully I won't need to go in here for a long time. Thank you for watching the video, and have a great day.